Good morning. What is up? What is going on? Dave at svacardcollectors.com. I'm calling from a different spot. I'm talking in a different spot. I am at Target parking lot, and I am now pulling away with no Allen and Ginter and Dunruss Optic. I was looking to get a couple of blaster boxes so I can open them up for you guys. Struck out, and I should have known this Target is not the best with regards to getting cards. So I might have to go to the local card shop and try to pick some up. Hopefully they have it there. I'm not going to buy a hobby box of these because even though people have been giving rave reviews for Allen and Ginter, that's just not my cup of tea with, like I said before, with everything else that is included in Allen and Ginter. But I do like the cards do look really nice. Also, Basketball Opulence is out today. I would think that most people would be doing those in breaks because you're probably going to be paying probably over 100. No, more, maybe more than that. If it's $1,000 and you only get 7. If you do the math, which I can't do, it's going to be maybe 125, 130 a hit. So that's a gamble. And also Panini Elements Football, that is coming out. I know on the 19th, Leaf Trinity Football is coming out. They look really nice looking. The thing about Leaf, though, is they don't have any of the logos on football, which I didn't realize. I realized after I bought that blaster box. I opened it up. The video will be posted today. Probably in the morning. I already have it uploaded. So, very underwhelming. Wasn't too happy with the cards. So you could take a look at it there on the video. But these, they look nice. They did. They look really nice. I saw pricing was like at $166, but it's all autographs. So you get 5 autographs per box on that. So if you just like the hits and you don't mind not seeing a logo. Now, again, I don't know enough about Leaf Trinity with regards to, I think this doesn't just have like the drafts. I think this has other guys, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be lying to you. So, let me scratch that. I don't know. But if you want to take a look at it, I did like the cards, the way they look. They look really nice. Now, I was watching, guy's name is Tan Man Baseball Fan. And he wrote a book, which I haven't read, but I want to read. Because I do like a lot of baseball card, books. The first baseball card book I ever read that I love, and I gotta find it so I can reread it again, is Mr. Mint. If you were growing up late 80s, early 90s, he was the man. He really made the baseball card world look like, he was all about money. He had tons of cash. He would bring thousands of dollars with him, and he would show it. Sorry, with the blinking light. He would bring cash. He found a stash of 52 tops where it was like a case, like a wax box case, and the guy was just pulling out Mickey Mantles, left and right. They kept on coming out. Willie Mays, everything like that. He made that big find. He was big. He bought I think his first purchase was the T206 cards that he bought, and he bought the guy spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and really was flamboyant and very always in card shows, booth right up front. Really did a great job for the hobby at that time. He really brought it to prominence. But anyway, Tan Man wrote a book about, he had the biggest Jose Canseco collection, and was obsessed, met with the guy. Now, I don't know in that book if he discussed, I think he does. I think he does. I'm not 100% sure But he then sells all his Jose Canseco cards and makes a killing off of it. And I believe that's what he does in the book. He does that, and he tells you how to flip cards and things like that. It's been out a couple of years. But the guy has really good videos with regards to vintage. He is now heavily into vintage. When I mean vintage, 1800 cards to 1900, cards. And, 1940s and 50s, he's already going, not vintage enough. It's like, it's too new. Now, some of the cards, they have some good history. I would, like I said, Tan Man Baseball Fan, go to his YouTube channel. Excellent content. I hate when it gives you a lot of value and content. Good stuff on that. There's like a 40-minute one where he says what I did with my, the money from my Jose Canseco cards. And two things stood out to me. We all want a Babe Ruth card, I would think. And the one that I think of is the 33 and the 1934 Goody. Those are the ones that really stand out to me. And they have gone up in value a decent amount. Not enough, in my opinion. But he said that there was another card that is relatively inexpensive that was around when he was playing. It's called the 1932 Sinella Margarine baseball card. The cool thing about this card was that it was made in Germany. And so when you flip the card and back, it's all in German. And back in the 30s, there was a certain fellow that was there. So it makes the history of this card even, I don't think it has nothing to do with, Nazi propaganda, nothing like that. It's just part of history, and what he was talking about is a lot of the baseball cards are influenced by, American history. If there was a war, cards would stop being made. When the cards aren't being brought back, it's because the war was over. And now people cared. People can spend money on things like that. So, really, those are really nice looking card, and it's relatively inexpensive. You can get one for $200-300. So if you do, I'm letting you know, you will be going to battle with me, because I already started looking at them and tried to buy one before I talked about this on my podcast, because I wanted it. Once I get something ingrained in my head, it won't go away. So that beautiful card. And plus, how often can you say, hey, I have a Babe Ruth card from the 1930s? And I'm like, well, it's a good, it was a good piece. And this is where my going back and forth with vintage and modern cards, my struggle. Because vintage cards, they're more of an investment, they're a hold. Whereas the other cards, the newer cards, are flipping and turning that money over. Or trying to, because I never post the cards. Which is going to stop, because I took a ton of pictures last night. I was up till 1:15 in the morning, and just taking pictures. So now I didn't want to post it on eBay at 1 o'clock in the morning, because you're just wasting time being at the top of the list, because the newer listings typically go into the top. So I didn't want to waste it at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, the second card that I liked that he spoke about, and he talks about a ton of cards. These are just the two cards that stood out to me. Was a 1912 T202 Ty Cobb Hugh Jennings card. And it's the famous picture of Ty Cobb sliding in the bag. And it's right in the middle of the card. It's actually a long horizontal card where you have Ty Cobb on one side and this guy Hugh Jennings, who I don't know, to be honest with you, on the other. But the colors on the cards were very bright on the outside of the card, and then the picture is in black and white. Beautiful looking card. Now, the one that I saw on eBay that I really liked was about, it's like $2,000, $2,200. And they're going to go for a lot more money. And when I'm talking about, I'm just talking about PSA 1s, PSA 2s. I tend to like SGC for the older cards, which is most of the cards he had as well. A, because they look nicer in the card holder. They fit properly. On the PSA, they don't fit them right. There's a lot of gaps, and the thing could definitely move. I know they put it in a plastic, so I guess it doesn't move as much, but I like SGC with regards to those older cards. And they grade harder. You could tell. I mean, an SGC 5 or a 6 looks really nice on the older cards. So the one that I saw, I think it might have been a 3. That was $2,200. But the colors on it were beautiful. They really popped out. So that's the type of card that I would get. If you go and listen to his videos, very similar to me. I'm more about the card. It could be a PSA 1 SGC 20 a pour, but if it's centered good and the color's nice and the card looks nice, but the edges might not be that great, I'm okay with it. I don't like markings on it unless it's on the back and the card looks beautiful and I can get it at a better deal, because it just presents nicer and just looks nicer. So I'm okay with that. Now, I was talking about eBay. I took a ton of pictures last night, and I had my new light box. Now, I probably will do a review on the light box, but I'll just give you a sneak peek. You pay for what you get. It was $16. It does its job well. I need to get one of them little card stands. I don't know where I can get them. Maybe I get them on eBay or something like that, because I just need 1 or 2. It's good for 1 card or 2 cards. The problem is you can't do a ton of cards in it because it's a small box, or you can just have them stacked up and just have 1 card presented, and that's the way you're going to take it. You do still see some shadows. You do see glare as well on these on this box, because typically what you want is you want a light, and you know how they have like that cover in front of the light, and that's just to disperse the light. So, you know, the light goes everywhere, not just one direct spot. I believe that's what it is. I think I'm talking at a school, but that's why they have that cover, so, you know, less shadow lines. And this, you still see some shadows, but the pictures do look much better. The only thing is there's also buttons on it because to put everything in place for this box, this light box, I had to button everything. So pictures do look nicer, and I posted a couple of pictures. I don't know why Instagram cut it off. I have to zoom it out. I'll post another picture of 2 different pictures that I did, and you'll see the difference. It's brighter. It does look better. I would suggest that, however, that you pay a couple of extra bucks, maybe $50 or $60, and they have the ones that you don't have to put together. It is just like a thin, like, not styrofoam, but like that thermal, like if you have a thermal bag, that type of material, and the lights are what I say. They have like some type of cover on it, and they come from all 3 areas, from 3 spots. This just has 2 lights on the top, and it makes sure it gets everything. This does its job, and for $50-$60, if you're on a budget, it's okay. But just to let you know, it's just for 1 or 2 cards. You can't really do lots in it, I wouldn't say, unless it's 1 lot of a card. You know, if it's like 10 cards and it's the same card and you can just fan them out and then you have the one that's prominent, then you can do that, which is what I did on some of the cards, because I'm going to try to sell these 2019 Leaf Blaster. I'm going to try to get rid of these cards as quickly as possible. I don't think anybody's going to want them, but whatever. If you want them, just let me know. But yeah. So that lighting box for $15, it does its job. That's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say about it. That's it. So, I am at my job. Guys, sign up, svacardcollectors.com, and you will be entered for a chance to win 2 Topps Update Chrome Mega Boxes. It's only for the month of July. Also, SVABB Collectors on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, Flick Chat. Definitely on Flick Chat. SVA Card Collectors on Flick Chat does a very good job of carrying a conversation, much better than the Facebook group, but I still have my Facebook group, SVA Card Collectors, over at Facebook. Hit me up over there as well. All right, guys. You know what to do. Buy some cards and go broke. Later, people.